You just found us discussing the just concluded mass or enhanced voter registration exercise, and the IBC managed to get 1.87 million new voters onto the register.
It should be additional. I think that when they released the final
yes.
yesterday,
yes,
that was last
probably
week. More. Maybe they may have hit
it's
one.
It's just the impact of that new number that we're trying to see, if at all it's going to have an impact in the elections next year. When Amanduku feels no, these people just register but they don't come out to vote. Do you agree with him?
In the morning, before I answer to that, allow me to say something which is in my heart and it is disturbing me very much. That some incident happened in Ukambani which may trigger something very dangerous. There were people who were killed by others in Mwingi North. 7 of them, imagine murdering 7 people. And yesterday, a school-going boy was murdered in Mwingi Central, where I come from. And this has triggered a lot of anger to the people on the ground, to a point whereby it escalated to blocking roads. By yesterday evening, you could not go to Garissa. Everything was blocked. And this is something very dangerous which need to be addressed, not on political platform, on a security platform, but also on a political platform, because if we ignore it, it may escalate and the spiral effect may be so damning that people, Kambas who are living in other areas, like in Garissa, Moyale, those other counties, may also be affected in one way or the other. And you know, in our constitution, every Kenyan is free to live anywhere, but no one has got a right to take a life of any other person. So this is something I feel I need to address, and I also need to caution people of Mwingi Central to remain calm, because I know the government is handling this, and we as leaders, we are handling this, but they are taking this action because they see that they are not protected in any manner, because this is not the first time. It happened when I was a member of parliament. I don't want to tell you what we did to calm it, but right now it's so there that we need to address it in a different platforms.
Oh,
yes,
agreed.
Coming back to your question, in Mole, I've been in politics since 1992. That's when I joined politics. I was living in Malindi then. I was lead youth for Kanu, and I was supporting a member of parliament called Badawi. I don't know whether you remember that gentleman. And politics have taught me a lot of things. And our Kenyan politics changes with the seconds. We can move to election. Polling day is tomorrow, with a perception that this is the direction we are going. But you will be shocked. It has happened to me. I have mobilized people. I have been convicted that I am going to win, because I was pulling crowds, I was pulling masses, I was doing everything. But there are some things I was not doing right. So I end up losing. So likewise, this voter registration, the voters we have registered, you may be shocked that the numbers we are talking about, we may not even feel them in a coming election. Why? Because most of those people, or most of the people who are registered, we normally vote almost close to 60 to 50, 60%. Because last election we had around 10 million people not voting, and they are not dead. They are still there alive. So this 1 or 2 million coming in, yes, is a significant number. It may have an effect on people who are planning on how to win the election. If you are wise, you know what I mean. But on a normal voting day, I am not excited that we have new numbers which may change. And, you know, for you to garner votes, and my good friend is here, there are a lot of things which you have to do. And that is why I am a little bit cautious, and I'm moving slow in understanding the opposition, the one my good friend Doctor was talking about, that Kenyans, there's that urge for change. Yes, they do so, but when it comes to actualize it, they fell short of it.
But is it fair to give to compare the kind of voter that was there in 2007 or 2002 or even 2013 with the kind of anticipated voter for 2027 who has never voted for the very first, they have never voted in their life and probably have just registered as voters for the first time to vote, and given the kind of events we've witnessed between 2024 and today?
If history is anything to go by, and the statistics shows you that voter registration has been ongoing. In every election, we do carry out voter registration, and there is actually a difference in numbers. There are numbers which are added after every exercise. But when you look at the pattern of voting, the percentage from day one when you start voting is more or less the same. It does not change that much.
So the Gen Z effect,
So,
you don't see it?
You know, I respect the young people very much. But I want to tell you this today, and I want to be on record. Gen Z will disappoint many Kenyans in one way
Including
or the
by.
other. And in whichever way, don't ask me. Don't ask me. But there are some people who will be disappointed by the action of Gen Zs.
They're banking on the Gen Zs and they
I'm
would...
telling you, there are people who will be disappointed
Politicians.
by the so-called Gen Zs. How we meet in a tent, I'll tell you. But not publicly.
Dr. Mbaye,
I
you could
think
be
this-
backing up the wrong tree.
No. I think this is very discouraging, and this is not right. I'll tell you this.